I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Governor Andrew Cuomo got what he wanted when legislators worked into the early morning hours to pass an on-time state budget. The $132.5 billion package includes a 2% spending cut and eliminates a $10 billion deficit, but there are plenty of detractors. Area school districts will see only a small amount of state aid restored to what are deep financial cutbacks. In Port Jervis, only $183,200 was restored to the original $2.8 million state aid cut there. Port officials say it'll mean a big tax hike and the layoff of 24 staff positions.
I continually hear the governor talk about no new taxes, and I think we can make a very strong case in Orange County that most taxpayers are probably going to have the highest tax bill they've had in 5 years, and the kids are going to have less.
There really is no additional state aid. $183,000 represents less than a point on our levy, and we're going to have to eliminate 24 positions, which is opportunity for children. And it's very disappointing that the governor does not support education in a manner that he should.
The state aid scenario is similar in many other area districts. How much aid was restored in your local district? A full breakdown will be available in tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. In other news, 71-year-old Edward Turey of Middletown will be in court next month to answer a charge of possessing a sexual performance by a child. A search of a town of Goshen residents earlier this month by the State Police Computer Crimes Unit led them to Turey and his computer that, according to police, contained hundreds of child porn videos and pictures. Turey was released pending the upcoming court appearance. Searchers continue to come up empty in their hunt for a town of Montgomery man who's been missing since March 14th. Town police say 23-year-old Stephen Crosure is suspected of committing misdemeanor crimes and has a serious health problem that requires medication. Recent searches of nearby wooded areas by volunteer firemen turned up nothing. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Stephen Crosure is asked to call Town of Montgomery Police at 457-9211. Investigators with the Ulster County SPCA have seized more than 60 rabbits that they say were living in deplorable conditions at a residence on Mount Zion Road in Marlborough. 64-year-old Phyllis Edwards will face 64 misdemeanor counts of failure to provide proper sustenance to animals when she appears in Marlborough court on April 6th. According to the SPCA, their investigation found the rabbits living in filth and waste inside a trailer without food or water. One of the animals had died prior to the arrival of SPCA investigators. And optimism was in the air inside Kaplan Hall on the campus of Mount St. Mary College in Newburgh yesterday, where students were hoping to make a good impression during a job fair that brought more than 60 employers to the campus. The coordinator of the college's Career Center says they're doing what they can to help members of this upcoming graduation class find a good job.
Really competitive job market. We're seeing a lot of young people who are graduating with education degrees that are nervous about all these budget cuts. So I think students today are being a lot more open and looking at fields and industries that maybe they wouldn't have looked at in the past because they need to be more competitive and to open all their options.
The Mount St. Mary College job fair came on the same day an economic report was released that said U.S. private sector employment rose by about 201,000 jobs in March. Well, just when we thought it was safe to put away the snow shovels, along comes another snowstorm, and on April Fool's Day, no less. Today's rain will change over to wet snow overnight, and parts of our region could get several inches of new accumulation before the system moves out tomorrow afternoon. And we need to be aware that the wet snow could bring down tree branches and power lines. Temperatures Friday will be in the mid to upper 30s. Saturday will be partly sunny and not as cold, with temperatures getting up around 50 degrees. We will keep you updated on the approaching snow and its possible impact here at Record Online. And for a complete look at all the news, be sure to pick up a copy of tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.